2050. Was there anything positive about the beta?
It didn't DC much after the first day. Come on.
So,
Admit it. It's better than Defiance at this point for stability.
well, Defiance been a little bit more stable this weekend. Memorial Day weekend, I haven't disconnected once. I haven't. For those who don't know, I'm Professor. We have here Targen. Say hello, Targen. Or don't.
He said, yo. I was close.
Oh, I didn't hear. And then we have the giggling idiot in the background, babydahl.
Oh, that's harsh. It's harsh.
Yeah, it's so harsh, but this might be an insult video. Who knows?
Yeah, that's okay.
We've known each other long enough. We can get away with that.
We'll ignore it. Actually encourage it. Yeah, that.
Just don't ask him about his weird sexual behaviors.
Don't ask me about my pussycats. What the hell, man? They're taboo land for you, okay?
Yeah, I know. This whole time you've been doing it wrong. You've been putting the peanut butter on the cat. I mean, just
I don't put peanut butter on my cats. Tuna, maybe, but
well, still, you're doing it wrong.
okay.
Oh, sorry. We were talking about 2050, right?
Yes.
We were.
Supposed to.
Okay, we were. We're supposed to.
Someone's digressing just a little.
All right, so 2050. Why do we not like 2050? Well,
Was there anything positive about that was in that beta?
Rarnock was there to help us complete the storyline.
Tell us our ratings went. Worked. Improved herself in the future. You know.
I liked the Hellbug sieges. They're something new, or that we do not have in Defiance at the moment. There were more sieges than we've had in the past, or more locations for sieges.
So it was entertaining for a little while. Well, frankly, for all of beta when they came up. The one that split rock with a bunch of monarchs was fun.
And this is just more of a beta comment. But the as labeled purified gulanite kind of needs to be expanded on. The cores, whatever. But I think they're going to get that in that direction. I'm sure Targen can elaborate more on this, but the whole weapon upgrade modification system was just an absolute disaster.
It was horrible.
It's also incomplete, so.
Yeah, it was incomplete, but the premise of it was the items you pick up are based on the power rating of what you have equipped, so it puts you in a position where whatever you...
Well, okay, no. That's
kind of digressing a little on the point.
Let's divide this in two sections. There's the whole weapon modification system and upgrading system that they put in place, and the new rating systems for the guns.
All right, I'll let you elaborate. You're the better spokesman on that one.
The one positive thing I will say about it is we can take mods off guns now without destroying everything.
Okay. Yes, agreed. But I believe it costs to put them on, doesn't it?
It costs both ways.
To unlock
yes.
the slots, yeah.
I found the cost to unlock slots on guns absurdly expensive. In comparison, for the amount of cores you're getting in the game that we were getting in that beta, what?
Alright, but
12, 13 cores to unlock all the slots on the gun?
That's a lot.
I don't remember a number.
Assuming you've got to unlock 4 out of the 5, which most guns early on were like that. I'm sure that'll change if there'll be more than unlocked the farther you go up. So.
We're hoping, but there was no evidence of that when we maxed out the beta level of 25.
Right. It might be tied to the power rating of the weapons instead of ego.
The UI for the upgrade was very clunky. Like, it's worse than the UI in Defiance currently, and that's saying something, because that isn't really a very good UI to begin with.
Actually, I did want to counter the point that you made before, or just before this last one. And that is, I think you only played the first beta, so the second beta had a few things worked out.
I played the
Just a little
second
better.
beta.
Did you? Much?
You played second beta.
Second weekend.
Oh, I logged in just to see a couple things, and I just logged out. I didn't do anything. I figure I had enough of a nightmare for one weekend.
But I didn't see any improvement in the upgrade UI.
No, what I thought was fucked up about it was apparently you want to get the highest rating number, am I saying that term right? Of
Yes.
the power level.
So the guns now, going on to this, guns now have an ego level requirement. They have a rating, and they have a star rating.
Stars,
Yes,
condition.
but
Right.
your power level rating, I hope I'm saying that
They
correctly.
call it gear score. I think that's kind of the universal term for it.
Yeah, so this point system, for lack of better terms, of your power level determines the power level of guns you pick up. So it forces you to upgrade the shit items that you're currently playing with in hopes to get better shit items, to upgrade those shit items to kind of somewhat down the chain get what you want. And it's it's like, why would you want to dump your 20 different types and 20 different grades of arc salvage, don't even get me started on that, into upgrading these guns just so you can pick up something better?
Yeah, well, again, that's something that was an incomplete system from the first beta weekend. Because all of the EP salvage parts that dropped were common. And it
Okay,
didn't boost
but
the rating at all.
okay, so what you're saying is then we actually have not only 20 different types, we have more grades of them. Oh joy.
No, those 20 different types now for each gun actually aren't common anymore. They're all different levels. So, and they actually do significantly boost
Okay, but
the rankings
still,
of the guns. You don't need to pour 400 just to get 25 ranks into an OJ gun.
we went from one type of arc salvage to, I'm going to say 20,
300?
hypothetically. 2300, whatever, hypothetically.
Every gun has their salvage types, and then multiple rarities of the salvage type for that.
Yes,
beyond
it's
that.
so upgrade a gun. You have to scroll through the list, and then you want to add this, you don't want to add that, and it's like,
Well, this goes back to the UI. The UI was bad for that, and that's not something that improved at all between the two betas.
And also, that EP system that they had that was incomplete, from what you're talking about, I think is going to be fixed. When they change to the color rarities, they're going to basically equal out all the different sources. So that all the blue salvage drops for SMG are all going to stack. As opposed to all of the different sources that it came from, sieges, arcfalls, wherever, never stacked. So
yeah, but it's still just a fucking disaster of add this one, add that one, add 5 of this.
Tedious. And it
Why-
won't be as tedious.
but why do we
Have
need-
greens and blue salvage rarities that bump up the stuff a lot?
That's not going to fix it. It's not going to make it less tedious. This is the problem I have with the system is now not only are you constantly farming guns to be at your ego level, you're farming guns at a higher rating, as high a rating as possible, so you can get higher rating guns and eventually get guns that are the max rating, and then you have to farm them for the highest number of stars.
Right.
And including throwing in rarity in this as well. This is just going to be a nightmare of grinding.
So
Likely.
something I kind of wondered is they kind of took away the synergies, which well,
I'm going to guess synergies will make their way back into the game eventually.
Except they don't know
we'll
how to
see.
do that yet.
But they
don't know how
kind
to
of,
do that yet.
as said in the
figured it
live
out.
stream. Sorry, go on, babydahl. What?
Well, they haven't figured it out yet. They may have some ideas, but it's not anything concrete yet that they don't
Well,
have program.
I haven't watched the last 3 live streams, and well, lack of interest. We'll put it that way. But it kind of sounded like they said, "Well, synergies are removed and replaced by classes." So
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm kind of wondering, like, do you select a class and that's your, or sorry, do you select a loadout and that's your weapon loadout, and then from there you select a class you want to run, or is the loadout tied to the class? So if it is, are they going to sell?
From what I understand, the loadout will have your class and your weapons.
So does
So
that
you
mean?
can interchange?
So then we need like loadout slots and buy them in packs of 50.
You won't have that many classes. Well, at least not at the start.
Well, I mean,
Eventually.
we have probably that many synergies right now in
Yeah,
current
but again,
Defiance.
I think they just kind of threw that off to say, okay, there's no synergy in the game. Classes now take the place, but I don't really think that's the actual case at this. I think
think that-
eventually we will get synergies back in the game if they ever figure it out or it lasts long enough.
Or how they're going to implement it. Yeah, because right now it doesn't seem to stack with the within the class system.
And
Going on to the class was to me underwhelming. But we only got one. But
One, right. And it fit a certain play style. So,
But the whole thing is, do we need these different classes? Do we need? Well, if I want to drop a damage spike, I'm going to run this class. If I want to drop ammo spike, I'm going to run this class.
if the goal is to get people to play together and coordinate together, then probably yes. Because right now, everyone in Defiance runs and gets one of probably 5 different weapons, because there's not that many weapons people actually use actively, other than general fucking around. Like, let's face it, most people blast rifle, mass blaster, mass cannon, and bombardier.
Yeah, and then they made all those guns prototypes, so it seems like everything you pick up is shit. And there's just everything you pick up is like green. And then there's like a burst fire version of it that people don't want. I'm sure Targen can elaborate on that
Don't get
more.
me started on the
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
They've diluted the loop even worse than it is now, because as every gun has a fucking burst option.
yes, but every gun now has a full auto version, which is kind of cool for some gun styles.
All
Of course,
the
every
weapons,
gun I saw, well,
all
every
the-
gun that every gun that I saw that had full auto was compensated for by lower damage. So even though it was full auto, didn't necessarily mean it was a better performing weapon. And we'll see as the ratings progress and damage scaling progresses if that is really a detriment or not.
I didn't feel I had a good weapon until I got a 9-star OJ assault rifle.
Well, sadly, from what I understood and saw, the best weapons were the
Broken weapons that shouldn't have been there.
yes, the original guns with the old school
day
rolls
one.
that
Right.
they screwed up and accidentally were in the game. Those were the best guns.
Yeah, they were. So that brings up a couple other issues that is, you guys seem to be complaining a lot, and I don't blame you, because we're coming from, 5-year-old Defiance. It has a lot of awesome, overpowered guns. To starting all over again and having a bunch of pea shooters that shot mushy peas, and that had less damage than
Okay, but
Defiance 13 starts off with.
I've
Their
played-
guns at the start are more powerful.
I've played many players and started fresh, and I can run what I pick up, and I can do okay, and I don't feel like from the crap I pick up, I don't feel like there was a balance issue. I'm not saying that some of the guns, top end guns, don't have an OP issue. I'm just saying the crap as a new player you find and pick up was balanced. And with that, it's like, okay, I want to kill one guy, I need 5 clips.
Yeah, but it was like that at the start of playing Defiance the first time around.
No. Not even when I first started Defiance 4 years ago. Not even. It wasn't that bad.
Well, it was for me because I didn't know about my
like,
ego weighting up my weapons very well.
The explosive weapons were just horrible, and even the big boomer was anemic and pointless.
Yeah, well, early game it doesn't scale well. All right. And again, here they don't scale well either. So, unfortunately, in start of D13, snipers start off being fairly powerful. Make it even more ungodly powerful in game, but
and
here the starting snipers were balanced really poorly. They were just piss poor, just horrible. But we'll again have to see how that goes. Is to see how the weapon scaling goes up for snipers later on when you get closer to 3000s and 4000s.
I'm not a sniper fan, so I'm not going to make a lot of comments on that. But
well, it seems I never found quick repeater or ranger from that was in this game, like meant to be there. I found one semi-auto VVI type sniper that was pointless to use, and the bolt actions were equally pointless. I had trouble with all the arc falls on the first beta until they did something with their hit points. But if all the good guns have been taken out and made into prototypes, and that seems to be the case,
yeah,
and I'm expecting that's going to be the case. Yeah.
Then no one's going to want to play. I can't.
Well,
I
I
don't
mean,
know how we're going to get the prototypes either.
Well,
they're going to have to.
we don't know. We don't know about how to achieve and earn a prototype. We don't know.
I'm
We don't know
assuming
that we're going to get the newer classes, and when they come out, we're only getting one class. We have no idea how much inventory we're getting to start with, but I'm guessing it's going to be the standard 35.
No, I think it's going to be 100.
No, I think it's going to be the starting 35.
I think it's going to be 100. They kind of hinted at you have 100 inventory. I think they're going to stick with 100 inventory. I really think they are.
Yeah,
but
when they said that, they were only talking about the beta. That's all they were addressing.
well, fair enough. But my opinion, based on my opinion and nothing else, is 100.
Well, Founders Pack gives you 35 inventory.
Oh, don't get me started in that goddamn Founders Pack.
So, I'm guessing we're going to get the standard 35, and then we'll have to spend all our valor and inventory, because as we found out, even though they said dozens of times in the fucking live streams that we wouldn't need as much inventory anymore,
They
we're
sell
going
you
to
more.
need the same amount.
No, here's my bitch about the Founders Pack. The only real problem I have with the Founders Pack is there are players on all the platforms, whether it's Europe, North America, whatever console or PC you play on. There are clan leaders, and there are players of name in the game that people recognize. Those people want to maintain their player name, their clan name. And there's this fucking Founders Pack. And I think there's another pack that does it too. That's a little bit less than the $50.
No. Neither of the two give you the 3-day extension. They don't.
What do you mean either of the two? The Founders Pack does. And there's another pack that says 3-day extension.
Well, they didn't say it when I saw it. So
Well, okay, maybe I'm...
I only know about the Founders of Pack. I only know about the Founders of Pack giving you the early access to name your character or...
I thought there was a $20 pack that gave you 3 days access. Please correct me if I am wrong. But I thought there was a... What?
The two $20 packs. One is just the demolitionist that you can unlock, and the other one you can unlock the 4 starter classes.
I thought it said log in 3 days earlier in one of those packs.
It
Maybe
might.
I'm wrong.
Didn't see it. I might.
It could be wrong, but I'm going to go with it because I thought I saw it. Whatever. Anyway, you have to pay what it's $20, $50, or whatever you want to pay to log in early to claim your player name and your clan name, just to get a jump start.
You can't do it early because clan you have to be level 25 to start a clan.
Well, that was in the beta, and they kind of said, well, it was in beta because we're not testing clans, and it was intended that way. Does that mean it stays that way? Does that mean they're going to leave it that way out of that they forgot, or that it's a new thing, or I don't know. I don't know how to take that.
Well, none of us know, right?
Exactly, none of us know. We can only speculate based on nothing. But as in beta, you had to be level ego 25, which was half, well, 50's max, so half the way up, assuming it's even leveling all the way up, but halfway up, just start a clan. So you buy this pack, and you can just log in early, and well, if you want to be a real dickhead, you could claim someone else's clan name and player name, because you're an asshole.
Well, here's the thing: is that most people are going to want to have their own name. Okay, so for the vets coming into this who've already been playing the game, they're going to want their own names. You know,
They're going to want to hold that.
Spelling change.
They're going to want to hold what they've.
I just don't see anybody else coming in and saying, "I want to have Professor Chaos's name. I'm going to take it." And be a dick."
Don't you
see
fucking
that
say that, you asshole. You can eat shit and die right now.
Well, then edit the stream or edit the recording if you don't like it.
But that's the point. Like, someone else can do that and like tarnish someone else's name. Like, why is this a paid concept to?
They can't take the account name. The account name will. So if Professor.
What do you
Chaos
mean they
goes
can't?
with- It's a,
Well, it's still tied to your
When you create a new character, it asks you for that. So yeah, they can.
no, the accounts are
No.
now linked.
Exactly.
Remember?
They're what?
All
The
the
accounts are
Tryon
the same.
accounts are linked.
Yeah, my account login for Defiance is the same as Rift. The same.
Okay,
as,
but when you okay, if you log in to, let's say, Europe, and you never log into Europe, it says you want. It asks you to name an account name. It asks you. You can put it in there.
I don't know, but I did not have me do that when I.
Okay,
went into-
on PC it says Glyph, and it has the account name for Glyph and numbers after it. Those numbers aren't relevant in Defiance. You log in, it says, what would you like the account name? Then you can name your player name.
Groupie, I'm telling you, I did not have to use a second account, retype my account when I went into 2050 beta.
Okay, but mine says
Oh.
Professor Chaos, and it has numbers after it. It doesn't have that in Defiance.
Did you ever link your account when?
Yeah.
I don't know what numbers you're talking about. When I did 2050 beta, it did not ask me for an account name.
Okay. I was talking about current Defiance, not 2050, so...
And I haven't tried logging into. It didn't ask me to do that. Oh, they transferred my character, so I'm pretty sure I made one on the beta test server. So.
I guess time will tell, right? Yeah, so I thought that was kind of just a fucked up disaster that, as far as the login early, just really...
It makes sense though, because most games do have it, and it is a perk, and you pay for it. So some people do want to get that head start.
But there's no way to reserve things.
Well, not
No
from an
game
existing
does
game.
that,
No.
though.
Well, fair
It
enough,
take a lot
but
of micromanagement for them to do it, and they obviously
Just
I-
like no
have the
game
staff
lets
to
you
do it.
transfer your inventory from one to another.
all I'm saying is try and open the door for assholes to be assholes, is all I'm saying.
But the door was always open. If you got late one day and you couldn't log from work, so you can log into Defiance, and some kid was up at 3 a.m. and logged in, and he'd still be able to do that. That door is always going to be open.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, 3 days? I don't know. I think we're beating a dead horse at this point.
No, because I had one other point that I want to make about those founder packs, and that is you.
Better be a second, I'm listening.
Okay. Well, my take on it was that they're just not sexy. They're just not that interesting. I was kind of hoping that they'd be a little bit more creative, offering stuff to us, but for me, the ability to have free access to start off with all the 4 classes unlocked, man the demolitionist is just okay. I know that I can earn them eventually by grinding them out somehow in some time frame. I play the game a lot, so I'm sure I'm going to be capable of doing that. So I'm going to be spending time playing the game more likely anyway. So for me, the founder pack offering was kind of like, meh, the value of the bits,
Usually with
okay.
a founder pack, you get a unique vehicle that you cannot get any other, or something like that you can't get any other way.
Well, you do have a vehicle, but it's what do they call them? Hurricanes? I don't know. I forget. It's just ATV, an 800, which is what we've had in standard Defiance since the start of its game. So, does it seem to be anything sexy? No. Just a standard ATV. And yeah, you get some original skins specifically for each of those classes, but
Well, let's face it,
that's
the
not
skins
something I
in
really care a lot
Defiance
about.
are all crap.
Well, except for maybe the Valor ones that they're coming out with. The 3 that were red and gold didn't look too bad, but still.
Yeah, but they're still the standard Defiance outfits that we have now.
Yeah. I understand that too. They're just green tinted, same outfit designs. I mean, obviously
Now,
they want to get 2050 out early. They want to get it as soon as they can, and they don't want to put in a whole lot of new content.
I want to add on that there was an announcement about the new outfits. Someone commented that those were kind of recycled, but kind of color changed.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, I haven't examined every single outfit totally, and absolutely familiar with every single outfit because I don't really pay attention to a lot of detail. But I noticed, like, that kind of hood was the Harmony Preacher, but it wasn't quite the Harmony Preacher thing. But they did look kind of somewhat similar to certain things I've seen. I mean, you guys think that was another rinse, repeat, recycle?
It was a rinse repeat cycle.
My kind of take on it was, as been said in the forums on the announcement, it was kind of like it looked like something Flavor Flav invented, and other people said no, it's Ronald McDonald, and well, I'm going to go with the cross between the two because, well, they're both right. It looks like Flavor Flav's working at McDonald's, and that's the fucking uniform. I mean, it's nice to see something a little bit different, but they kind of all look the same as far as colors, and it just, I don't know. I posted on the forums my thoughts about it, and I kind of sarcastically joked about it without trying to be too insulting, because, well, it was kind of new, I guess. I don't want to insult somewhat trying innovation, even though it seems like most trying innovation is just
the same thing they do with new outfits all the time. They take existing outfits,
Yeah.
add a few different colors, and that's it.
Well, I mean, yeah, adding on to what you're saying, I mean, how many goddamn Dodge Challengers do we have? Everybody and their fucking goddamn mother and brother has 50 goddamn Dodge Challengers in their inventory. I don't know. Maybe at this point, the list of Dodge Challengers is causing all the serviceability problems. And maybe they'll blame that next. They blamed everything. Maybe that's the next to blame.
There's no more Dodge Chargers, though. Yay. Didn't like driving boats around.
Oh, it was a Challenger. Are you implying that they're gonna add a Dodge Challenger and then
There won't be anything Dodge.
won't be anything Dodge?
Why should they? Dodge paid advertising, TV revenue.
Well, so what
for this game? They're not
so
doing it for this.
what you're
Why should
telling
they
me-
program and plug Dodge.
What you're telling me is all those Mopar fans can't masturbate over the Dodge Challenger climbing a mountain?
I think that's what NASCAR and other stuff is for. So why would
Oh.
they play this game for that?
Okay.
There's racing sims if they want to do that, right?
Okay. I thought it was about mountain climbing and
So we'll get boats of cars that just won't be called Dodge Challengers. Does this mean that the mark of the Defiance is going to change from the Dodge logo?
If they even have it at all, yeah.
They're going to be pursuits in this game?
it'll be called Mark of the Clan Cap. And when you go and paste, there'll be a 300 number, and then be like it'll be a 300 number with the middle finger below it. That's what it'll be.
Or will they leave in the Dodge billboards in the random places that they're at?
I don't know, but I want to get on the 300 Clan Cap, and I know I'm beating a dead horse 10 times over. I really am. But when you have a Clan Cap of 300, half of those members are probably going to be a month inactive. So at that point, if you're running a clan, the player is inactive over a month, do you want to boot them out? And they come back and say, what the fuck, dude? You know, I was doing this and I had to help my family and whatever, and, you know, I had to...
You just have to put in a rule that they have to tell you if you're going to be taking long
I mean, but, okay, so half the players, you got to keep a list of Joe Blow's got a job on the turkey farm, jerking off turkeys and artificially inseminating them. He's going to be gone for a month, and, you know...
Doesn't matter, Droopy. There's not going to be 300 people to put into a clan on this game.
Who knows? I
Well,
mean...
that's not true. For PC, it might be a little worse, but for Xbox and PlayStation 4,
Okay, so...
there's going to be a lot.
More to the point, what I'm getting of is, you take the number 300, half of those are going to be a month inactive, that will possibly come back, great possibly come back. So at that point, you're left with, 150, and then you have 10% of that actually log in at one time and participate, and then they have all these stupid classes they want to go on with cooperative participation with small clan numbers of people that, well, if you want to group up and do things, and you look at your clan and, well, there's not that many people online, and then a small percentage of that number are actually willing to participate and help you, versus the ones that are doing their own thing and don't want to be bothered. When you come to the classes, you have to have this attack class, this healer class, or whatever class they want to call it, to group up and participate. It's going to be a real challenge when you have this really tiny clan that you can't expand upon.
Well, you just can't reach that many people through one communication. You're going to reach 25 people. That's it.
I mean, I did a fucking giveaway where I gave away,
No more giveaways.
Oh yeah, you can't trade. So no more giveaways. No more clan members hosting events to give away things. There's no fucking trading. Will that change? We don't know.
Ultras's whole method of bribing people to get into his clans going.
Well, you know what? Fuck that idiot. I mean, what does he give away? Fucking orange garbage. Fucking vendor trash with bad rolls and no mods. I mean, let's get real here. I'm talking about, I give out real shit, but no, I don't mean trash talking. I'm sorry. Moving on. But the more to the point that if players want to give away and host events, they can't do it because, well, there's no trade. Will that change? We don't know. Destrometh kind of said, well, he flat out said there's no trade in 2050, and he kind of said, well, we may add bits to be tradable. And he kind of said, well, there's no trade in 2050. What the fuck is it? You kind of said there's no trade in 2050 twice, and you kind of said, we trade bits. He wasn't elaborating on that. He kind of left it open. So I don't know.
My guess is there's not going to be trading in 2050 because they don't want people power leveling through other people through gear.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of how they set up the fucking stupid weapon mod system. Is it's not ego based; it's based on power ratings. So somebody gets a higher power rating, they pick up high power shit.
Based, it's power rating based, and it's star rating based, and it's rarity based. All of those are tied into this.
Yes, it's triple stupid.
It still doesn't take away from the fact that once you max out, you can trade, because there's no power to begin once you've already maxed out. So people that max out could be able to trade with each other if they want to bother.
Yeah, and
there's no disincentive.
They know how to set that up so I can trade with another 50 ego player.
It's not going to be based on ego. It'll have to be based on rating.
But everything's on. It's on both. So it's they put and this whole system is basically Destiny 2. This is exactly what it is. Well, not exactly, but it's basically the same thing that Destiny 2 has. And again, Destiny 2 does not have trading in it.
Okay, but more to the point is they kind of took Defiance, they did a copy and paste, and they said, hey, what do players like and what's cool? And they just removed the shit. And I'm tired of hearing this argument of, well, Defiance reaches end of its limits, they couldn't fix it, so they had to start over. Well, no, because 2050 is a copy and paste. The same glitches that have been around for 5 goddamn years are still there, and they haven't fixed them. For instance, you complete a siege, and auto pops up, tells you the highest scoring player. That you are the highest scoring player, and you click continue, and you're like, well, you're not. Well, guess what? That is in 2050. They copied and pasted it. So I don't want to hear the argument of Defiance is at the end of its thing, they couldn't patch it. No. If they couldn't patch it, they wouldn't have copied and pasted the same goddamn code.
See, the thing is, what they mean by that is they don't know what to do with the game.
No, they don't. And adding on to they don't know what to do, you want to backtrack, we had August 2015, we had bug patch. There was, I think, maybe I'm mistaken, but I do believe 19 pages of bug reports. And then what do they do with 19 pages of bug reports? Well, they change bug basins so players can't farm it. They do a few minor changes in PvP, some which were, well, good, like the service buff, but that was about it.
There was more than minor changes to PvP.
Okay, but the list of 19 pages of bug reports...
Yeah, but how many of people put in a bug and told exactly how to replicate it? Not too many.
Fair enough. But of 19 pages, they didn't fix any of that shit. They kind of went their own way and did what they wanted.
Don't know how difficult it is to fix some of that shit. This is the problem. People
it is.
Put in bug reports saying this is broke, and then they don't know how to replicate the problem. Then the problem cannot be fixed.
Okay, but you want to add on to that? Let's take for example the auto extract issue. We told them repeatedly, you take too much damage, you auto extract. You take too much damage, you auto extract. Do I need to say it 5 times then? Well, we already said 100 times then. It ain't fixed.
Yes,
yeah, but they identified it, and they did what they could, or what they were going to do.
Well, they in Expos, they removed the lightning hell bugs. Well, that didn't fix it. That was their...
we can still apply it ourselves. Right.
Because that is in the core game.
Yes.
So they cannot fix that without rebuilding from scratch.
I'm not going to say, coding is easy, fixing shit's easy, but I mean, there's like fucking a long list of bugs that just never got addressed. Sorry, what babydahl talked over you?
And they're going to be imported in 2050.
Yeah.
Obviously they didn't consider them groundbreaking, They weren't going to keep us from not playing the game. Apparently it was their position. And they weren't going to make money off of making the changes.
But more of my point was, they had a patch about bug fixes.
Yeah,
they do PvP changes. Some might have been okay, and they fixed bug. What?
Well, I think that they were looking for things that maybe they could do for us, and they ended up finding that there might not have been much that they could do for us.
Well, okay, but you have 19-page bug reports, and then the patch caused more bugs than it fixed.
That's not unusual for patches.
But they never went back and then said, well, let's add on to that. Let's elaborate.
Again,
Let's fix shit.
I thought this was a 2050 video, not a Defiance.
Fine, let's move on to 2050. Fair enough. All right, let someone else take it. I don't know.
Well, that brings up a point, though. I mean, it's kind of hard for us vets to separate the two.
But yeah, more to the
We're
point
bringing
of
a lot of baggage and a lot of history with us, a lot of expectations with us, and a lot of sourness.
but more of the history of they asked for shit or fixes, and they asked for problems and bug reports, and well, it doesn't happen. So the point I'm more or less driving at is when you look at a company and what they do, we have 5 years of history. And the 5 years of history says they ask for bug reports, they don't fulfill. They say, hey, we have new content, but it doesn't even work. I really hope that trend does not continue. It's, who knows, maybe they got help with 2050. Maybe they outsourced some stuff to somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing. I don't know. Maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe it's
They
some...
did outsource some stuff, but whether or not that's...
Maybe they...
outsourced the graphic stuff to someone else.
Oh, what they said that they outsourced was the compatibility of molding whatever they're doing, making these changes into the PS4 and Xbox One format. So
Maybe they have to answer to some head honcho green bean that don't give a fuck and it's all about money. I don't know.
It's
well,
all
frankly,
about
they
money.
haven't. I mean, do they have any of their games that they've programmed for Xbox One and PS4? I don't know.
I haven't really
This
played
might
any
be
of
the
their...
only one, so then they'd need some expertise in that area. So it makes sense that they'd outsource some.
I'm not commenting on other games because I haven't played them. I'm no knowledge, no comment.
One thing I absolutely hated, above all else, was the fucking new mod name. Why did they rename every single fucking mod?
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, we already had names. People understood the names that were here. And, yeah, well, why? Realistically, and I know Defiance isn't realistic with guns, but moving past that, like, the pistol and snipers, the mods are the same. Like, no, not really. But they're the same.
The fucking pistols were doing better than the snipers for sniping.
I really didn't play the snipers. I'm not going to comment, so I don't know.
I think they tried very hard to get people to use guns they don't use in Defiance right now, and they've gone about it by making all the guns suck.
Well, they backtracking to Defiance, I guess you could say, but
Oh no, this is what they've done in Defiance 2050.
yes, but backtracking to Defiance, they kind of, in a lot of events, they try to make it so the guns people don't use are more usable, and they really didn't succeed on that either.
Well, we've gone through 4 years of all these shitty guns being buffed for no particular reason other than people weren't using them, as opposed to getting rid of them from the loot pool. So then we ended up with all these events. We have like 6 jackpots up for grabs, 1 jackpot people want, and 5 we don't. And
Yeah, they kind of
jackpot was.
The-
It's
go on.
they needed to trim down the loot pool. There's
Well,
12
yeah, no.
plus gun types in every fucking category right now.
Yeah, they kind of need to turn on the loophole, or maybe even.
Then they had burst rare. There's a burst
Yes.
fire magnum for fuck's sakes in 2050.
A burst what?
Burst fire magnum.
Oh no.
The fucking retardedness of that is.
Well,
Yeah.
which would be an improvement, except they knock off so much damage when it's made burst fire. So I take the damage off the top of the normal single shot Magnum. So, and it's pretty hefty.
We're going from a game where there's a half dozen guns that everyone likes, maybe a few other guns that some smaller groups of people like, and then
Oh yeah,
80 guns no one uses.
Yeah.
And now they're going to take those 6 to 10 guns that people like and make them prototypes, so you can't actually get them in the base game. I don't know how we're going to be able to get them, but...
Yeah, they haven't really elaborated on how you get prototypes.
No, I think we're talking about the gun style. I mean, if bombardiers were coming out later, so are they ever going to unlock standard non-prototype bombardiers? We don't know yet. Or plasma burst rifles, or a whole bunch of other cool styles. So,
and they're
like
going
the whole
to
explosive series, you know.
And so they've taken them effectively out of the game. Did they ever say how they're going to drop? Are we going to be able to buy them or what?
Prototypes?
Yeah.
It's the same as classes. You can earn them in game, or you can buy them outright for money.
So they haven't elaborated on how you earn them.
No, not at
So
all. I mean, frankly, at this point, look at it this way. They don't want to tell you how to earn them because they want you buying the Founders Pack. So they're not going to tell you how. It's of no interest to them to tell you how easy it's going to be to earn the classes.
Well, I will just...
To unlock the classes.
It's going to be a giant time gate.
There's going to be a lot of time gates, right? So
yes.
you spend the time grinding out what you need to earn, whether it's special marks or tokens, and you need 4 of them, and it might take you 5 days to unlock one of them. I don't know. We'll see.
All I got to say about the Founders Pack is, well, here's how much interest I have in Founders Pack. An unnamed player offered to buy me Founders Pack for free. It wasn't I will lend you money for it. It was, I'll buy it for you. And
it's considerate of someone.
Yeah, it was very generous, and this was a person that I would very well trust. Just saying, yeah, here's my account information. I highly trust this person. I'll put it that way. I'm not gonna give a name, but I said, you know what? As generous that is, and as much as I appreciate it, a lot of crap going on. I don't think they need to. I don't think it's deserving they receive any money. I hate to say that because I like to support Defiance, but I support what I like, and well, that's how I feel.
Well, I do like Defiance. It's just there's a lot of stuff about 2050 that's rubbing you the wrong way.
Yeah, but Founders Pack is. If he said, hey, you know what, I'll send you 50 bits for Defiance, I'd be more inclined to do that and support current Defiance than I would be buy a stupid Founders Pack for a game that I really don't do changes. I really have no interest in participating in. And, I say that at this point in time in this video, try on changes things, try on, who knows what they'll do. But that's how I stand at this point in time in the video.
Yeah, for me, I think it's going to be 6 months to a year to 2 years before we see if they're really going to develop this or not.
And I think it's going to take...
be better than what we've got now.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it's going to take the whole community coming together and saying, what the fuck did you do? And the whole community bitching about it before it's just, stupid Professor Chaos throwing a drunk rant in the forums. And
well, the problem is, as babydahl pointed out, the console players are getting what they want.
A game that they haven't been able to play, especially on PS3.
Oh yeah, I'm all pro them adding Defiance to new consoles, but the bottom line is that the angle they took it is not really what has been asked upon. They kind of said, hey, we're going to start a thread room for new improvements, and there was bug reports, and devs said, hey, keep the post for bug reports, keep them coming, and then it's like, we'll strip everything and fuck you, start over, and we're going to do our own way of Defiance, and we're going to do everything you said.
Yeah, but what they're doing right now is not for us. not for the PC players that we are. And what they're doing is for the underpowered earlier console versions that didn't really play Defiance all that well. So,
well, sure, but they could
there's a
have.
huge audience out there, people that play PS4s and Xbox Ones, and it's only going to get larger.
Yeah, but fair enough. They didn't have to do it in the nature they did it.
No, true. I think these guys are game developers. They work for a game development company, and they had an opportunity to reinvent and recreate and redesign, and they looked around
Yeah,
at what
but
everybody else is doing, and then they came up with what they wanted to program that might be economical to do.
yeah, but
So,
Manager in charge of them looked at Destiny 2 and looked at the vision and said, I like that, put it in our game. I like that, put it in our game.
yeah, and I don't think any of those individuals that had ideas of 2050 actually really communicated with current players and actually played Defiance. I think they just did what Targen said.
They don't communicate with us to ask what we want, because if they ask the
not really-
community what we
All
want,
they do.
the community will spew out pages of vomit and not actually be able to concentrate on anything. And if they start asking individual people, which has happened, then we get stupid things put in the game that no one wants.
Yeah.
Because
Okay,
only
second.
one person wanted them. One person will get them to put what they want in the game. There's no way they can bring the player community in and actually get something that's good.
they can still cherry pick good ideas. So, good contributions. It's just I don't think they're doing that, because to do any of it would change up their programming, deadlines that they're working with right now, which is trying to get a game out there they can start earning money with again.
What
They've got a
they
lot of the
should
current
have
game to
done
flush out
at
still.
what they should have done at the beginning is actually find out what we like about Defiance. But again, that will never actually be anything coherent, because everyone likes different. For the main part, some people like guns that others don't like. There's aspects of the game that some people like and some people don't. But everyone will start. If you ask what people don't like about Defiance, they'll say the RNG is fucking stupid. But the
Well, and they
RNG
got
is
rid of it.
designed the way they want it. The developers want it.
Right, true.
Because, again, this was RNG designed based around the fact that you're paying $1 or $2 to buy a lockbox to get a gun and 3 mods. And it's designed to keep you buying the lockboxes.
Well, that's what Defiance was. It's not going to be that anymore.
Yeah, and adding on to the stupid lock boxes, I know we're kind of getting off topic at 2050, but I think like the shit they made that was in paid lock boxes, they kind of should have kept it that way, because it's like you paid for it and then all of a sudden it becomes free. It's like players feel like, well, why the fuck did I spend money?
Okay, who the fuck cares? They're complaining about the Spinal Tap Jackbox being in Penumbra. Who the fuck cares? The Spinal Tap Synergy was outstripped a year ago or more.
Yeah, that's why I said, yeah, I know. I mean, yes, it was. So
and you can go into Iron Demon and spend Gulonite and get a better gun than what was in those Jackbots.
yes, exactly. So I kind of see the point of people bitching about that, but it's kind of like, well,
Defiance is at the end.
they threw.
The Iron Demon vendors are in there permanently. That's why OJ mods are dropping on the ground for us. That's why Perfect Legendaries are dropping on the ground for us.
They threw the balance out the window a long time ago.
Oh.
I kind of see 2050 might bring the balance back, but I don't know. Maybe their goal is to start the balance at the very low end of the spectrum, so they can kind of like add this is better, add this is better, charge you for this, charge you for that, add the next thing, and like kind of make a ladder like they did with Defiance. Maybe I'm wrong. That's kind of, well, maybe it's just business with
I think
gaming.
you're accurate. You start off with a bunch of crappy ass weapons, and then the stuff that they bring out later will be better.
buy this now and
they're moving away from the whole gambling part of Defiance, and now it's going to be a giant time gate. So you can get the new class by grinding it for a month, or you can buy it for $5 or something like that.
$20. That's what they're selling the demolitions with. I think that's how they're going to value all the rest.
I haven't looked at the prices, so...
Well, I'm telling you, that's what it is. So I'm thinking that they're going to come out with every new class. It's going to be, well, you can buy it now instead of grinding for it for $20. There you go.
And the prototypes will be the same thing. Okay, we've added in the prototype
Probably.
mass cannon, and it'll drop at the Hellbug Major Arc Fall Mate, let's say. Or they'll throw in something that'll drop it. Or you can pay $20 to have it now.
See, how I think that's going to work is they're going to have a once a week quest that you get a token. Then you're going to need 4 tokens, and that's what's going to unlock your prototype. So they're going to be time gating your prototypes that you can earn.
So contract or something similar to that then.
Something like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, there are it'll be in the selector vendor or whatever for our contracts that you get reputation and you'll spend reputation on it.
Or maybe just the weekly box. So I don't know whether they want to play it, us to play, we'll probably earn it. Probably play for it.
I got a smart ass interjection.
Claiming a weekly box. So.
Anyways, I have to head to bed, guys.
All right. My smart ass interjection is maybe they'll have separate vendor arc salvage.
Have a good night.
User disconnected from your channel.
Later. That was kind of abrupt. Okay.
Well, he had one for a long time, considering. He said he had it just a little bit.
Yeah, well.
At the start, he did. Yeah.
Point taken.
20 minutes. It's been a bit longer than 20 minutes.
Point taken.
All right, so I guess we're wrapping this up now, yeah? Abruptly?
I suppose so.
Your final point is, I'm grumpy. I don't like a lot about it, for good reasons. And
I'm grumpy, I'm drinking, I'm ranting.
my viewpoint is, we gotta stay tight, wait and see what they do.
Well,
Keep
agreed.
trying to nudge them, even though they're not really listening to us right now.
Yeah, we just got to keep playing, keep drinking, keep grilling, and I don't know, is grilling part of Defiance? Oh, wait, yeah, I made it part of it, yeah. Well, trying.
What? Didn't understand that.
What's that?
I didn't understand that. You lost me.
I said, well, got to keep playing, keep grilling, keep drinking. I said, well, is grilling part of Defiance? I said, well, maybe I made it part of it with that last event.
Okay. All right. Signing off from Chaos Crew. babydahl. Professor Chaos.
All right, well, I guess I'll end the recording here on a last note that play Defiance, have a few drinks, grill something fucking awesome, throw a duck in the smoker, drink.
And buy the Founders Pack if you want to support them. If you don't want to support them, no big deal. You don't have to.
I didn't say that you did. Okay.
I did. That's all right.
I know you did. I heard it. I'm saying you did.
Trian Moby will be happy with me if he ever listens to this, which he never will. So it's okay.
No, well, does anybody listen to my drunk ranting for an hour?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Somebody must have. No, they did your last one.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Put a link on the forums, and they did. So.
They did. They said I was very tired. It sounded like I was very tired.
Well, you did. Because you were a little far gone in the drinking at that point.
I think the last one I was a little bit more wasted, but, you know.
Yes. You're about the right amount tonight, so it's good.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, whatever it might be, I can still hold a decent conversation. There might be a little bit more pause breaks with, 2 people versus 3, but blah, blah, blah. Ranting.
All right. End it.
Have a nice night. Grill something.